Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking lookalikes. And this week, we're going to start not from the ground, but from the air. This character, pronounced as qi, means in general air, but it has a ton of meanings, depends on the context where used. Basically, there are two major branches of this meaning of this character. One is about the atmospherical air, the environmental air. And the other one is about human air, humans breathing. Even this air, this breathing is associated with energy. When Chinese martial art or Tai Chi instructs you to control of your air, it's through the air control, breathing control, you control the energy flow. So air, from the beginning, let's see, trace back all the way to about 3,000 years ago, and this is 2,000 years ago's version, what I call mid-history, compiled by one of the earliest known standardizations. That's kind of government authorized standardization because it got a political power behind it. Standardization of a language is a starting point of standardization of communication. Therefore, the reach of the power can go as far as the reach of the language. So there was this motivation of standardization, and that's roughly 2,000 years ago's Xu Chen's dictionary. And you can see this and the simplified contemporary Chinese looks somewhat similar, but lack a kind of structure. The earliest version is 3 squiggly lines stack up on top of each other, kind of look like a cyclone, like a hurricane even, or tornado, probably more. So this originally depicting the air observable in nature. It's kind of a circular air. And you can see contemporary Chinese add, almost like give you the direction of this, seems like a going up left direction, right? From bottom right, going spiraling up toward the top left corner. And we know Chinese is leftward facing, so that's almost like a forward facing direction. And you can see it's almost like there is a direction of the movement of the air. It's from the right toward the left. And also, well, it's moving horizontally. It's also moving upward because we know air, hot air, especially going upward. So contemporary Chinese standardized the stroke for the sake of writing, ease of writing. Instead of having this upward turning corners, it actually add a stroke, kind of stroking downward. It's not retaining the exact original direction of the upward spinning direction. And then the bottom right signifies that it comes down to all the way to the bottom right, and then add this hook thing. You can see the original rendering doesn't have the hook. So this is, again, for ease of writing, so that the hook can continue to the next character with more ease. And now the middle one is traditional Chinese that's being currently used in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, probably even Japanese as well. So those are the original before the simplification occur in 20th century. So this is older version. But there is this phenomenon of, okay, this current simplified version actually is a better reflection of originally what it looks like, and probably originally what it meant as well. It came from depicting the air in nature observable outside of us, and then also transferred to mean the air coming out of us, our breathing. Versus this one, the traditional, it's more about grounding of this upward movement of almost like it's not contained, right? It's not like something have a concrete shape. It keeps moving, changing, and it's fluid. It's aerodynamic, basically. And then somebody add the rice or the grain symbol, which is kind of this, not quadrant, but this cross. And then we 45-degree shift and add these, rice grains together to ground this otherwise natural phenomena of air to the grain represent the food source, represent providing power from the sun, right? The grains were little capsules captured by the plant of the sun energy. And then humans feed on it, turned to bio energy. So there is this grounding moment of, for humans, to us, the language users, this air is more about energy that sustained through food. And Chinese use rice, specific or in general can mean any of the grains, carb, right? And then paired with the air, observable air through nature first. And then we can see, okay, on humans, we also have such air because we also have energy, even if we cannot jump outside our body, but we can observe our folks and see that everybody got kind of batteried by this food source. And then they exhibit this air, this dynamic, this movement of energy on them. So that's the three phases. Expressions 气度不凡, the air, the degree of the air is not ordinary. So here we're talking about somebody's mannerism or somebody's vibe or aura, or in today's Gen Z lingo, the riz of somebody. When we say somebody is extraordinary, like not ordinary, okay, Chinese use negative plus ordinary to mean extraordinary because ordinary is a middle segment, right? The standard deviation probably between -1 to 1 or -2 to 2, and then we are talking about the 5% on the edge, the fringe of the population distribution. It's not ordinary, not the big bulk. Most of us, it's the minority of us. So Chinese use the negating the middle part to mean it's extraordinary. 气度, about this riz. And 气急败坏, we're talking about somebody who had a temper, kind of throw a tantrum. And the expression of that, we use the air. Because, when we got worked up, English will have a pump up, right? So pump means pumping the air. When we are breathing, we're changing our breathing patterns. That's observable change of our temper. So 急 means rushed, in a hurry, feel pressed, stressed. So 气急 together, almost like you have a adrenaline spike right there, and 败坏 means lose, and 坏 means goes bad. So 败坏 used together means because you cannot control your temper, cannot regulate your emotion, that you feel your air is rushed, and therefore the result comes out as either lose something or something go broken. The result is not good. When paired together, it simply is a verbal or warning about people control, like regulate, calm down. Okay, 小家子气, small home, and 家子 this 子 originally means son, but it becomes like little, becomes like endearing or affectionate expression about something. 小家子 together means somebody like homey, like from ordinary home, and 气 the air. So here 小家子气 actually goes negative. So instead of 不凡 extraordinary, here we're talking about 小家子 because the majority of us, come from small, regular, small home. And we're basically homies, right? And homies, like everyday people like you and me, exhibit a certain air, this traits of personality, the way we talk, right? Like me, use a lot of body language. That's probably, and I'm not soft-spoken, I'm very aware of that. So all that kind of associated with the socioeconomic class people come from. So Chinese use that to pin somebody down. It's a little bit derogative term to actually mean somebody is a cheapo. You exhibit an air that you think narrowly, you live small, you speak small, live small, spend small, everything is shrinking because you match to that small, the first character. And so here, without showing air itself, I'm showing this qi getting through this human device. That's so fascinating. Thank you for your time. See you next.